Hello, this is Travel Tales with Judith, and I'm Judith. And this is a third part of an experience I had in El Salvador in 1991. This is episode 19C. So if you didn't hear A and B, you're kind of coming in on the middle of something. I left off with B about talking about the fact that the village was able to feed all those people, including us, on very short notice. And then, since we had decided to stay the night and the village coming in, the people in the community that had walked in were going to be there for the night, they set up tables in a large unoccupied building, and we slept on tables using our backpacks for pillows. And it was a very interesting experience. And we did leave in the morning, and the priest came to us and said, can I drive out on my motorcycle right behind you? Because of course what the military had done for a lot of when they knew villages were going to be repatriated and people were going to be coming back in from other countries, they set up military bases right on the entry road to those settlements. So between the community that we had just visited and getting out of the community, we had to go essentially through a military zone. And as we went through it, we were stopped, and the priest on the motorcycle was stopped, and we were taken out of the vehicle. We were in a van. We were taken out of the vehicle, men with machine guns. They took all our passports away, and one man went and recorded all the information in the passports. We did get the passports back, but I never found out where that information went. There was a very tall, red-headed, blue-eyed man there who looked extremely American, and he said nothing. And we had been told that there were no American military personnel anywhere on army bases in El Salvador, and we had run into one. One of the army guys there started going through my backpack, and I could feel myself, I wasn't so much afraid as I got angry. I was feeling a little bit violated, and he was going through my backpack, and the leader of the delegation came over to me and said, calm down, don't say anything, it could just make things worse. We're just going to ride it out. So I held my tongue. They finished all the searches and let us go. And as we all got in the van, we realized that they were blocking the priest from following us. So we made a decision, the whole group did, that we were not going to leave until the priest was allowed to leave with us. And we went back and told the army personnel there, the soldiers there, that the priest was coming out, or we were going to stay. So that delayed us quite a while. This all has to take time. Everybody has to discuss things. And finally, they agreed to let the priest follow us out. So that was a very fascinating over 24-hour experience that left me profoundly moved in terms of the religion in that community, the way they operate their lives in that community, their willingness to help when they are so poor themselves, that people, just to be in their home countries will walk hundreds of miles with carrying almost nothing with them and having no possessions, and seeing it all firsthand. It made a big impression on me. If you are interested at all in any books to read about El Salvador's Civil War, I have a library full, well, not quite, but a lot of books on the conflict there, and I don't think it's ever been completely resolved. El Salvador does not have the best reputation for how its poor citizens are treated, and I just sometimes feel rather hopeless in those type of, when you're evaluating a situation and you don't see how it can resolve. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me for these 3 episodes, A, B, and C. Maybe it'll give you something to think about. I don't know. I don't know what people's response would be. But if you want to, you can follow me and you can put in a comment. And I would be interested to hear your response to some of these videos that I'm making. Thank you.